It was a quiet evening in a small neighborhood on the edge of town. Inside a modest little home, a husband and wife sat in silence after a bitter argument. Words had been exchanged, harsh, painful words that cut deep. The dinner table, once filled with laughter and the clinking of plates, now felt like a battlefield covered in invisible scars. After the meal, the husband went to the bedroom, laid down beside their 2 children, and soon drifted into sleep. The gentle rhythm of their breathing filled the room, but the wife's heart was anything but calm. Her eyes burned with tears, her mind replaying every hurtful word. "I cannot live like this anymore," she thought bitterly. She stood up, quietly wrapped a shawl around her shoulders, and stepped outside. The night air was cool, the moonlight soft. She hoped the silence of the streets would calm her heart, but instead it seemed to echo her loneliness. As she walked through the narrow lanes of her neighborhood, she noticed dim lights flickering from a few windows. The world was asleep, but not everyone was at peace. From one small, crumbling house, she heard a woman's trembling voice. She paused. The woman inside was praying softly. "Oh God, please, just one piece of bread for my child tonight." The wife froze. Her breath caught in her throat. Just one piece of bread, such a simple prayer, yet so heavy with pain. She felt something stir inside her, but continued walking. A little further down, another voice reached her. This time it was a mother whispering to God, "Please protect my son from the dangers of the city. Keep him safe wherever he is tonight." The wife stopped again. That voice, it was filled with worry, fear, and hope, emotions every mother knew too well. Not far ahead, through another half-open window, she overheard a man whispering urgently to his wife, "Tomorrow, beg the landlord for more time. Tell him we'll pay soon. Fold your hands if you must, just so he stops threatening to throw us out." The wife's steps slowed. Her anger now felt small, almost foolish. The words of the man echoed in her mind, "Beg for more time." She thought of her own home, warm, safe, paid for. Her own worries suddenly seemed so light compared to theirs. She walked on, lost in thought. From another house came the fragile voice of an old woman. "It's been so many days since you brought my medicine," she said weakly. A boy replied with guilt in his tone, "Grandma, the shopkeeper won't give it on credit anymore." "I don't have enough money yet." The wife pressed a trembling hand to her heart. Her tears, which had once been born out of self-pity, now fell for others. A few steps later, she heard something that broke her completely. A woman was gently consoling her crying children. "Go to sleep, my loves," she whispered. "Your father will surely bring food tonight. When he comes, I promise I'll wake you up." But the father didn't come that night. And the children, too weak to argue, closed their eyes, their tiny stomachs empty. The wife stopped walking. She stood there in the dark lane, unable to move. The world around her felt different now. She realized behind every closed door, there was a story of pain, struggle, and silent endurance. And yet, life went on. People still prayed. Mothers still hoped. Families still held each other close through hunger, fear, and loss. Slowly, she turned back toward home. As she stepped inside, the sight before her made her heart ache. Her husband asleep beside their children, his arm protectively resting over them. One of the children stirred and snuggled closer to him. She watched silently. The same man she had argued with hours ago looked peaceful now, tired but caring. She remembered the countless times he had worked late to provide for them, the times he had stayed up through the night. When their children were sick, the times he had said sorry, even when it wasn't his fault, just to keep the peace. She sat down quietly beside him. Her anger had melted away completely. She reached out and gently took his hand. A warmth filled her heart as she whispered, "Yes, we argue. Yes, life isn't perfect. But this man, this family, is my blessing." Tears rolled down her cheeks again, but this time they were tears of gratitude. That night, she didn't complain. She didn't dwell on what was missing. Instead, she prayed, "Thank you, God, for what I already have. A roof, food, health, and love, things others are still praying for." The next morning, when her husband woke up, she greeted him with a soft smile. The tension between them had vanished like mist under the morning sun. He was surprised, but he smiled back. And in that silent exchange, something beautiful was mended, not with words, but with understanding. From that day, whenever she felt anger or dissatisfaction rise within her, she remembered the voices of that night, the hungry mother, the praying wife, the sick grandmother, and the consoling woman. Each of them became a quiet reminder that life's biggest blessings are often the ones we take for granted. Behind every closed door lies a story we cannot see. Every person you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it gives us the strength to face it with peace. Don't let temporary anger blind you to permanent blessings. Love, forgiveness, and thankfulness. These are the true treasures of life. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us keep sharing stories that remind us all, no matter how dark life gets, there's always a reason to be grateful.